So earlier in the week, there was a story that came out about the Ninja Turtles having a new female counterpart, a new female turtle, which struck me as odd because there was already, like back in the 90s, a female Ninja Turtle. But it got me thinking about the comic industry and how the comic industry is basically dead because that's where they're doing that at. They're not doing it in one of the shows or anything else like that. They're doing it in their very low selling comic. And, you know, that industry, Jesus, it's really been on the decline for a really long time. I mean, particularly the big names like Marvel and DC. They're hemorrhaging ideas on really trash comics. Like there is this Miss Marvel who's supposed to represent Jersey and is a terrible fan fiction-y version of their creative director Santa Amanat. But you might be asking yourself, well, one of two questions. Jay, what the hell does this have to do with Cracked? Or Jay, what the hell is Cracked? Cracked is a dead channel, which one point of separation right there. It's a dead channel here on YouTube. But when I started watching YouTube videos, as opposed to the movies that were uploaded on the platform, because that's really where most people got into YouTube at, because they used to have full episodes of Martin and Living Color, like all these different shows, and the copyright holders was like, whoa, wait, that's a big part of the reason why the platform's had the issues that it has. But one of the first original content creators that I enjoyed was the folks over at Cracked. Now, what happened to Cracked is the exact same thing that's happened to all of the publications and almost anything that you like that turns around and starts to suck. It got brought out, But one of their main shows was this show called After Hours, and I'm a big fan of the people who were in this show. It included Michael Swaim, Soren something, Daniel O'Brien, and Katie Wilbur. And these guys, their chemistry was really fantastic. And the reason I started this off with the whole Ninja Turtles thing is because they have an episode that I actually want to break down and talk about a little bit, as well as, just remind the world that Cracked was once a thing and it was really funny. They really, it's not much different than like, a Mad Magazine or, any other Babylon Bee or The Onion, any other kind of satire site. But they did take very intellectual looks at a lot of pop culture. One of the originators. So let's get into this episode where they're talking about the Ninja Turtles. Okay, so the guy on the right is Daniel O'Brien. He's now writing for Last Week Tonight, John Oliver's show. So, kudos to him. He's definitely the intellectual one and really one of the brains behind a lot of the writing that took place on the website. If memory, I think they're all writers, various other positions on the site. They're definitely on camera talent. And, I'm hoping the best for all of them because after the whole thing shut down and the company was sold, they all split and went their separate ways. So, Daniel's the only one that I remember. Dan's the only one that I know what they're doing right now.
Even Abel O'Neill would have been acceptable. You don't see a lot of reporters in yellow jumpsuits anymore. So, Donatello, Soren Leonardo, and Mike.
Okay, what's the fourth one? I'll be the fourth one.
Okay, no one else finds that unsettling. Michael, it's the natural cadence of her voice. She can't...
So, as you can tell, they're picking out which Ninja Turtle that they like, and she's in just a little bit of in TMNT lore. They were all named after, Renaissance painters, and so she's trying to guess which one because clearly she wasn't a fan.
Troll it. You don't like it? So, we all have a different favorite Ninja Turtle, So, your favorite Ninja Turtle is a reflection of who you are. Your favorite G.I. Joe? Snake Eyes.
Duke.
Favorite X-Man? Wolverine.
Gambit.
Power Ranger?
Green, then white after season 2.
Black, naturally, particularly Zach. Remember, like, when they were all like color coordinated, like the Asian girl was yellow, white guys were red, green, and blue, and the black guy was black, the white girl was pink. Man,
always the same, but the turtles are unique because everybody picks a different favorite.
Ooh, Gberti.
No, but I admire your persistence. It didn't matter which one was coolest or which one you wanted to be like. You picked the turtle that was like you. Soren?
So, just to let you guys know, I always pick Leo. Sorry, that's my guy. I appreciate the heck out of Leonardo because, you know, you have to have direction. You know? Like, if you're gonna lead, be leading people someplace.
You like Leonardo because he's honor-bound and loyal.
We've got to save him from his own destructiveness.
I like Michelangelo because he's reckless. Hilarious. And Dan, you like Donatello because he's a nerd and he's open to sexual electronics.
First of all, does machines isn't literal. Second of all, it was a foot massager that I got for my birthday, and I told you all of that 1,000 times.
And not one of us.
Yeah, so shout out to Quan, who always played as Raphael. Tari, who always played as Donatello. Fun fact, he works in electronics and computers and programming and whatnot, what have you, to this very day. So maybe they're on to something here, right? And Dodre, wildcard, my guy, love you.
Ever asked?
What was that?
Classic Donatello. See? Your favorite turtle influences the type of person you're going to grow into. What other cartoon can you...
Okay, come on, just tell me who the fourth one is.
Impulsive, quick-tempered.
Could use a little more cool, a little less rude.
Give me a break.
Hey!
What?
That is exactly what Raphael would say.
Oh, Raphael, the sensitive one. When he was alive, nature was afraid.
And she goes and chicks it up. See, this is why... I'm just saying. We're different things. Men and women are completely different things.
And when he died, she wanted to die herself.
No, Raphael would never pull some bullshit like that.
Okay,
Yeah, seriously. I mean, particularly in the first movie, the Turtles, I think that's probably the best one. We're gonna sit here and just go back and talk about a little bit of my history with the Turtles, because I remember seeing the first movie in the theaters, man, and like they were as true to character as they ever been. I don't think they've been captured that quintessentially since, because after that movie, there was a lot of complaints because they used their weapons and, you know, how moms do, so.
I will concede that the Ninja Turtle selection is seminal to young boys, but it's not like the writers came up with it themselves. I mean, the four humors have been around for centuries.
No one knows what you're talking about.
Okay, the story behind the four humors basically says that inside every person, there are fluids: blood, yellow bile, black bile, and phlegm, making up the four temperaments. Those temperaments, those that you just described in each of the Ninja Turtles.
Donatello is...
Shy and pragmatic. Michelangelo's impulsive. Raphael is sensitive. And Leonardo is ambitious.
I'm pretty sure that's you can mix and match. There's no such thing, particularly because there's also like when it comes to astrology, how yeah, there are tons of coincidences, such as if you go and look up your sign, yeah, there are going to be things that hit and there's going to be things that miss. But I do think that the theory that they have here is pretty solid, it's pretty streamlined, which is one of the reasons I like this video.
Wow.
Thank you.
No, I'm just surprised that there's actually proof behind one of Michael's arguments.
Thank you.
I'm not complimenting either one of you.
They really ought to have had female counterparts for the turtles. You know, like...
Sex and the
They did. Venus. I'm telling you. And guess what? They just made another one.
City. What?
You watch Sex in the City?
Absolutely. I keep my finger on the pulse of all pseudo-porn for women. I gotta know what I'm up against. Seriously, though, those
That's some damn good advice for any, you know what I'm saying, fella, like, hey, know what the females are into if you're fishing like that.
girls, their personalities are exact tracings of the Ninja Turtles.
If one of them does machines, I'm stopping at Blockbuster on the way home.
One of them does everything. She's the slut. I'll walk.
Yeah, but it's Kim Cattrall. And that's the thing. Kim Cattrall, check her out in Mannequin. If you want, like, prom Kim Cattrall, no, it's not Sex and the City. It's Mannequin. And I did an entire video on how that show is just really ruined a lot of chicks because they all thought that they could get a Mr. Big and all they ended up with was being somebody's baby mother. It's pretty hilarious.
Well, he's in for a disappointing evening.
Okay, so how do they match up?
Carrie Bradshaw is literal and intellectual, very much like Donatello. Then there's Charlotte, who believes in duty before self, like Leonardo. Miranda is a fiery redhead with a loner streak. And finally, there's Samantha, the impulsive whore slash...
Yeah, so, once again, Kim Cattrall, but Kristen Davis, she pops up in another video. Isn't that interesting? Pops up alongside with the Leo and, the Black Bile. Which, hey, what's up?
Jokester with nothing to lose, a.k.a. the guy who still has a Blockbuster card.
Oh, what? You just assume because I'm a girl that I would... Yeah, he's right.
I mean, they are the Ninja Turtles, except instead of katanas and nunchucks, their weapons are a pen, a marriage, a baby, and sex, respectively.
They do spend an awful lot of time on their backs.
Alright, so these girls couldn't be any more different from one another. In all respects, they should absolutely hate one another, and yet they hang out. Why? Maybe it's because these personalities are drawn to one another. Maybe, in fact, they even depend on one another. I mean, think about other groups of four. Scooby-Doo, Seinfeld, the Beatles, the Fantastic Four.
I will remind you guys that these are all written characters within lore, and this right here, I'm pretty sure if I read back far enough, it's just literary framing. You know, you have all people to work off of each other and, help each other to show how our different personalities are supposed to be compatible and, how we are supposed to be able to work together. I really believe that. Like all of these, from the Freudian Four Humors to the Fantastic Four, they are just remnants of the past, which illustrated how we best, as a species, have been able to work to use each other's best qualities and abilities in conjunction, in sync with each other, as opposed to, oh my goodness, no, I can do it all on my own. I mean, and it's all throughout literature, it's all throughout damn near any medium, the amount of teamwork necessary to make damn near anything happen. So I think there's a very good lesson here in this video.
Even rats. Also, Soren's allowed to know all about Sex and the City, but I can't know the idiosyncrasies of the Bratz universe? Sure.
Yes.
No, that wasn't a question. I'm agreeing with you. That makes sense.
I was gonna say us. And nowhere is it more pure than in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, that show wasn't just creating characters that kids could latch onto. It was teaching kids the primary colors of personality that they would have to deal with for the rest of their lives.
So is that really porn for women?
It's pseudo-porn.
Here's the deal. This is actually one of their shorter videos, and they have a ton of them. This is actually one of their earlier videos, and they age up, definitely, throughout the series. But I just want to sit there and say, shout out to all 4 stars, as well as the folks over at Cracked. I hope they all landed properly. The channel is dead now. They haven't uploaded in about 8 months. But it was good while it lasted. I mean, the time's changing with the world changing as it has. Change is never anything to be feared. It's always to be embraced. And, if you take anything away from this video and me just running my mouth over other people's content, I hope it's that. Don't fear it. Just adjust to it. and move forward. And also, yeah, the four humors. Always wanted to discuss that somewhere. So we got that, and it was all about Ninja Turtles. So we sync all the way back around to the beginning of the video. Damn, I'm good. So with that being said, all the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike it, go ahead, do that too. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to catch more videos like this each and every day. Share, because sharing is caring, and speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments? Do you think there's any validity to the four humors theory? Or, you know, like, are you reading Nietzsche, Freud, you know, psychology, all that other fun stuff? I'm game. Let me know what you think in the comments, all right? And until the next one.